In a small town, there were two neighbors, Leo and Sam. They both worked the same job and earned the same pay. One spring, they each decided to plant a garden. Leo wanted results fast. He took all his money and bought the biggest, most impressive fruit trees he could find. They were tall and had green leaves. He planted them and felt rich. For a few weeks, he enjoyed the shade they provided. But the trees were not mature enough to produce much fruit. Soon, Leo realized he had spent all his money and had very little to show for it. He had to borrow money just to get by, and his grand trees began to wilt from lack of care. Sam, on the other hand, started differently. He took his money and divided it. He bought a few small, young fruit trees that cost very little, but he also bought many packs of seeds fast-growing, vegetables like lettuce and radishes. While Leo sat in the shade of his impressive trees, Sam was busy every day. He planted his seeds, he watered them, he weeded his plot. Within just a few weeks, Sam was eating fresh salads from his garden. He didn't eat all of it, though. He took some of the vegetables to the market and sold them. With that little bit of extra money, he bought more seeds and a few more young fruit trees. Weeks turned into months. Leo's big trees, which he couldn't afford to maintain, were struggling. He had no fruit to eat and no money from his garden. He was in debt. Sam's garden, however, was thriving. His small fruit trees were now growing strong, paid for by the profits from his vegetables. His garden was now a mix of plants he could eat and plants he could sell. His initial small seeds had created a system that paid for its own growth. This story isn't really about gardening. It's about your money. Most of us are taught to be like Leo. We want the big, impressive things right now: the new car, the latest phone, the expensive vacation. We plant one big, expensive tree that gives us shade for a little while, but it doesn't produce any real fruit. It often leaves us in debt, with nothing growing for our future. But smart wealth is built like Sam's garden. It's built on small, humble seeds: your daily savings, your small investments, your side hustle. These are the things that might not look impressive at first, but they start producing results quickly. You reinvest those small profits, you let your money grow, and over time, you can afford to plant the bigger trees. Your wealth becomes a system that feeds itself. Stop trying to plant one big, impressive tree with your money. Start planting seeds. Nurture them every day. Be patient. Let your small, consistent efforts build a garden of wealth that can sustain you for a lifetime.